Okay.
Happiness.
Stock up after today's game. Let's name all the players we can think of whose stock is on the rise. Let's be generous.
All right. On the low, I'm going to give you a sneaky one. It may be a little underwhelming, but I'm doing this because I'm petty Betty. Jake Tonges is stock up, and he is outplaying Luke Farrell.
Hell yeah.
He's outplaying him, bro. I'm telling you. Luke Farrell, first of all, the reason why we got him was to block. Yep. Okay? He was supposed to be here to hold it down while George Kittle goes out and does his thing. He's already given up blocks in preseason games, dude, and I'm just over it, bro. All right? He's not really a threat in the passing game. And
he's not dynamic.
He's not dynamic. And Jake Tonges, I will tell you right now, he has been making plays in preseason, particularly in the last game that we just played. You got to give it to him. And if you really just take
he's like a bigger, stronger Ross Dwelley and younger. He could play a little fullback. He's got good hands. He's got a little wiggle to him, but he's bigger, faster, stronger than Ross ever was. He's a good-ass player. But you know how I'm a sucker for a Ross Dwelley type. But when you saw Tonjes at fullback today, I'm like, wow, that's not easy to do for a tight end.
He's outplaying Luke Farrell, and it's just it is. Luke Farrell had one catch for 13 yards. Okay, Jake Tonges had 2 for 11 at 5.5 per catch. All right, and I just think that Jake Tonges, he's been here a little bit longer, and it's just the 49ers way to overpay for a guy that you already have here. It's just what we do. So I think that Jake Tonges, his stock is up.
Love that. How about Ricky Pearsall? The first drive was largely about him, and he didn't score, but he got the Niners down the field pretty quick. He was going again. I don't even know the DBs on the Raiders, but he looked wide freaking open. It seemed like he moves really well. I don't know how physical and strong he is, but if you let him run around your secondary, he's going to catch passes. I thought that's sort of that's how they're going to use him this year. And I wouldn't be surprised if he stays healthy, if he ends up with 75, 80 catches, 1,100 yards, something like that.
It'll be good, man. We'll finally start getting worth out of a pick. I will say this. He looks much better than he did last year. You can see the work. He looks much faster, twitchier. And I did like that. I do believe that there's a really good connection between him and Brock, and I'm looking forward to seeing more of it. And I do agree. It's important for him. It's important for his stock to go up right now. We're in big trouble if he doesn't start performing this year. So I'm looking forward to seeing
DeMarcus Robinson isn't going to have 75 catches this year. And I don't know what to expect from Juwan Jennings because he had no offseason. But Ricky, he's looking good.
I understand that. Me too, man. I think that Ricky's going to be a guy and then especially I think that it's going to be good because Kyle does really good in trying to get singular receivers open. That's kind of like his specialty. So I'm excited to see what they have in store. I agree with that.
Okay, you go.
Nick Martin.
Hell yeah.
Stock up. Let's do it. So last game, Nick Martin was all over the place. He did have some upside, but one thing that I will tell you is that we kind of did a stereotype on him that really wasn't fair because he's undersized. He's a dynamic player, uses a lot of speed. We automatically went to, he's going to overcommit. Missing tackles is going to be kind of his deal right now. He's got to work on that. He has to be dynamic because he doesn't necessarily have the size behind him. We kind of went a little wild with it. He's going to be a special teams guy. Mm-hmm. But if you just look at context, this is the first football game that Nick Martin has played in over a year. All right. He's been hurt since week 5. And I don't think all of us took that into account with him just kind of getting his feet up under him. I got to be honest with you. I think that that's the truth because you can't play the way he did a week ago and have this big of a jump, right? We're talking 6 total tackles. All right. We're talking a sack. A sack and 2 tackles for loss, one which was like minus 9 yards. All right. And also he did really good in some pass defense areas right now. He was still flying around the field. One thing that I really like about his sack is that you did see him take his time with his slow to fast through motion on the twist stunt, getting through the A gap. He didn't just fly by. And what's crazy is that I think about 3 to 4 plays before that, he did jut in and he flew past a runner when he was going in through his gap. And I think maybe down the line, they sent him in and he actually got a sack. I think Nick Martin did well. And his stock is like through the roof right now. I'm impressed.
I've never been that impressed with D. Winters. No offense. I think D. Winters is a solid player, but I think you could see why the Niners drafted Nick Martin as high as they did, even having D Winters on the team, because D doesn't do things like that. He's good. He's good in coverage, although he was on the field a lot last year when the Niners were struggling to stop the run. What I like about Nick Martin, I keep comparing him to Quan Alexander, who was a really good player before he came to the Niners. He'd already torn his ACL. But the thing with Quan is, like, he would always be the first guy to the ball carrier. And he might miss the tackle, but he'd hit him. He might fall off the tackle, but he'd slow him up enough for the rest of the defense to get there and rally. And I think that's sort of the idea with Nick Martin. You don't necessarily have to wrap up, although he will a lot of the time. He did today, but he's going to be there. He's going to be really good, I think. He's really explosive and fast, and he can go sideline to sideline. He can blitz. He can back up in coverage. Good player. I just want to see him force a fumble now or any type of turnover.
I would love to just see him be consistent. Are we done with stock up? Because I got
no, hell no. I got more. How about Chase Lucas? He deserves a few minutes. He deserves a few minutes because, like, let's say Upton Stout did every single thing that Chase Lucas had done so far in the preseason, people would be going crazy about Upton Stout. Have you seen him? He's so good at 2 picks and 2 preseason. But it wasn't Stout. It was freaking Lucas, who they got him from the Lions. So shout out to this guy. I don't know what's going on with Upton Stout. They say he has a calf injury. That could be anything. That could be Achilles. That could be a long time. So they need a guy, and it's Lucas. And it's not just the interceptions. He's had sacks 2 games in a row. Like, good player.
Yeah. I couldn't agree more. I think that he's just stacking on good days now. He actually, one thing that I like about Chase Lucas is that given making a team and just like, him being a veteran in the league, you really do see guys that have a couple of good splash plays and then they mail it in. It's like, I've made enough plays for the day. I'm just kind of got to go through the motions. But he actually seems to get stronger as the game progresses. That's one thing that I like about him. He's sticky in all levels of the game, especially in the run game. I like him in intermediate passes, and the pick plus the sack plus being able to blitz. I mean, he's a triple threat DB where he's really forcing his way on the field. And that's one thing that I'll say right now is that with the versatility of him, he did get that pick on the outside. Can he push for that second boundary corner spot that Renardo Green is waiting on? Like, what do you think about that? Is that something that could be
I'd like
real?
to see it. They haven't really given him any reps that I could see outside unless I missed it. So I'd like to see if he can do it, because if it's not him, you're looking at Dallas Flowers. He's 28. He's been around. We'll see about him.
Darrell Luter? I heard he's a good family man.
I'm not out on Darrell Luter. I haven't seen anything that makes me feel like he could lock. I think if he's on the field, he's going to get targeted a lot. He did tonight.
Yes.
No, actually, let me tell you that one more stock up guy that goes right into this. Undrafted rookie Jacob Robinson. Maybe I'm reading too much into him, but I feel like people just leave him alone. He's on the field. He's playing left corner. He's number 49, and people throw at anyone else. I haven't seen really people target him yet in preseason and in camp. When they do target him, he often breaks up the pass. Not always. But for an undrafted rookie, the guy is really sticky in coverage, which is nice.
Man, you know who else that quite frankly, I've seen enough of, and I don't even really need to see him in the 3rd preseason game? Marquise Siegel. Marquise Siegel is a starter. He's starting at safety on this team. I just, even like the 3rd down open field tackle, again this week. He did it last week. He's using his body the right way. He plays outside of his frame. He's
that tackle he had in space over here.
Come on, yes, the one that Alfred Collins swatted at, and that he came in and that was beautiful. Marquise Siegel, man, like he's slowly becoming one of those guys where if he was to go down, I would be upset. Like, we need to start paying attention to getting him to week 1 as well. I think his stock is way up as well.
I got one more guy. I'd be remiss not to mention him, considering I really dumped on him 2 weeks ago. Bob Chosen. Robert Chosen. They signed him. He's been on the team 2 years. He had 1 catch last year. And when they signed him, I was like, not Amari, huh? Robbie Chosen. I just was like, this guy is washed. What are you doing? I said it at the team hotel after a practice one day. I'm at the bar that night. He walks in off a plane looking at me like, is this the dude who was talking hella shit sitting right here? And he was like, should I kick his ass? I might have to kick his ass. And I'm sitting there being like, don't kick my ass. Don't kick my ass. Don't kick. He didn't say anything. He was looking at me like, look at me. Look at me. Look at him. I'm not looking at you. I'm not looking at you. I'm not looking at you. I don't even know you're there. So anyway, Robbie, I knew you were there, and I shouldn't have said that. And I just got to, Give him like ever since he re-signed with the Niners, he's been money. He's been really good.
Yeah, I
And they
mean,
need
5 catches for 92 yards. You gotta love it. One thing about it, I think he's a candidate to make the practice squad. Right? You know, I don't think
depending on the injuries, he might just have to play. But yeah, he's a practice squad guy for him.
True.
Yeah, man. So Robbie, respect.